Back, everybody. It's Falcons Daily, and it's still game week. I am CG Craig Green, your host of the show, and thanks again for checking us out here. Let's get right into it, y'all. We are in the midst of watching the Falcons prepare for game number one, week number one against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we learned some things from Raheem Morris on Monday. First of which is that Darnell Mooney is day to day, is what he was saying. He was out there today practicing and doing some things to the side. So again, not a lock for the game. We'll have to continue to see what happens here. The Falcons' first official injury report will be released on Wednesday, and we will then find out a little bit more about Darnell Mooney, whether he's practicing, not practicing, or something in the middle. But again, you gotta keep gotta keep an eye on that, because that will definitely affect the Falcons' offense in a negative light if number one isn't out there to line up across from Drake London. So it's a concern of mine. So hopefully he can play. We'll see. Mooney missed the last game of 2024 I believe it was a shoulder as well. But again, he missed the last game of last season, a game the Falcons needed to win up until the Saints lost, that is. But again, it would have made the difference between a winning record and a losing record, and the Falcons want to get off on a good foot this year, and they would love to have all of their weapons on offense out there to help them do that. On Monday as well, the Falcons named all their captains for the season. All the captains so far, if you didn't see the list of them, it was Bradley Pinion, the punter, Caden Ellis, the linebacker, Jesse Bates, a three-time captain, Chris Lindstrom, a two-time captain, also Jake Matthews, a five-time captain. He's going to have the gold C on his. He'll be the only Falcon rocking that gold C for being a captain for 5 or more seasons. And as you can see here in our headline, Michael Penix Jr. was also named a captain. We talked about his leadership in the offseason during mini camp and things like that. Is Penix really ready to be a leader right now? I mean, we saw it questioned in the offseason a good amount, whether he was that kind of guy or not. But everyone, pretty much to a man, in front of the media, co-signed for Mike and said that, he's got his own type of leadership style. He does have the respect of the locker room, the respect of the offense, and, he has the confidence to lead. So those traits are there. I mean, obviously he was a leader in college at Washington and at Indiana before that. So they do respect his ability to lead in his way he sees fit. He said he's not a big rah-rah guy, but he was working more on learning getting to know his teammates, learning their personalities, which would help him guide those players in the ways that he saw fit based on those personalities and whatnot. So, we will see it in plain sight on September 7th on Sunday, what kind of leader Mike Penix is if things get tough, if things are going good, if, we're in a tight ball game, whatever it may be. The cameras are going to find him and see exactly what he's doing. And in those moments, we can kind of interpret ourselves what we think is going to be the perception on the screen in front of us. Now, when it comes to Michael Penix, we were really worried about his blind side and protecting that after Storm Norton first went on IR with the surgery, and then with Caleb McGarry after that. Having that leg injury at the very last practice, my goodness, of training camp. So he's out for the year, and now it's going to be Elijah Wilkerson stepping up and playing right tackle. It was going to be between him, also Jack Nelson, the rookie, and also Michael Jarrell as well. Those were the three guys who were in the running for that position. And it's going to go to Wilkerson. He's got the most experience. He's been in the building for a while. Raheem trusts him, and he's got some of the rapport with the guys up front already. So he's played, I think he said he played everything but center. So, the versatility is there. Wilkerson's got the experience as well. So, just hoping for good things. And one good thing also is the fact that he's going to get first team reps all week long to get acclimated to playing in between Newsel and playing or playing on the end there next to Chris Lindstrom. And remember, the Falcons love to run off that right side behind Lindstrom and Caleb McGarry. So in order for that trend to continue, Elijah Wilkerson's going to have to really be on his game. Speaking of guys going to be on their game, the pass rush is going to have to be on theirs if we want to see victory on Sunday as well. Dirty Birds, man, you got to get after Baker Mayfield. You cannot let him escape on third down with missed tackles and let him run for first downs and keep drives alive. I mean, how many times last year did we have a quarterback dead to rights? We either overran the play, overshot the guy, or let a quarterback break a tackle and make a throw or something of that design. It cannot happen this year. We've got too much firepower now, especially on paper in the pass rush. So this year we really need to execute it. And, on Monday, they were talking to some of the guys on defense. One of them, veteran Leonard Floyd, who just came over to the Falcons this year in the offseason. And he was asked about the pass rush and if they were ready to take on Baker Mayfield in the Bucks. And Leonard Floyd said, "We could talk about it all day, but now it's time for action." Truer words never been spoken. As the kids would say less. Because he's ready to go. You can hear it in that kind of quote that it is time to go and it is time to prove what we're worth. Last year, the theme was outrun the South. That's what Raheem Morris did. The Falcons beat the Bucks twice. They're the division champions and swept them. Even despite doing that, they could not run the South because of a loss in New Orleans and a loss at home against Carolina. Those losses really helped derail the season, especially the one, the really bad loss in Minnesota, getting the loss in overtime to Washington and then also in overtime to Carolina. Just those really hurt us pretty bad. But, this year, again, Falcons pass rush has been revamped. They've got some new blood in there. Jalen Walker, James Pierce, Leonard Floyd. You've heard the names. You're probably tired of hearing us talk about it. Again, just like Leonard Floyd said, it's time for action, and we're getting closer and closer to that day. All right, folks, continue to let me know what you think about the show in the comments. Any of the topics that we bring up here on Falcons Daily. I want to hear from all of you each and every day. Continue to rise up and sound off in the comments. And some of the best ones will be read right here on Falcons Daily. And you can give me a follow on social media if you would like to do so. I'm at Craig G Sports, CRAIG, the letter G in the word sports. And Fan Arch is at Fan Arch Co. You can see their logo up in the top left corner. They are at FANARCHCO. We'll be back to break down more Falcon things for you on Wednesday. And we will look ahead to more things before we get to Sunday. We'll look at the injury report. We'll see what's what when it comes to that, and also if there's any trash talk back and forth. Again, this series is gotten to be very, very close. Again, the Falcons swept last year. 2 very good ball games, and the Bucks are looking to get their face back, but the Falcons trying to unseat the 4-time NFC South champions. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Sayonara and buenos noches.